Greetings to all the aspirants present out there. This is Chandigarh Civil Services. Aspirants, hopefully you all are doing well. As we all know that we have already started one series, that is of the Himachal Mains series, जहाँ पे we have already covered your General Studies paper number 2, Unit 2nd and Sub-Unit 3. So we are already at the verge of the completion of this particular topic. Fine. So जो आपका last topic था, that is issues and challenges, programs and policies for the welfare of the differently abled persons, women and children in Himachal Pradesh. Fine. So we are already seen what is the status of the disabled at the national level, what are the different collaboration at the national and international level. इसके बाद हमने देखा था कि हिमाचल प्रदेश में what is the status, like we compare the data with the national and हिमाचल प्रदेश में क्या है according to the census 2011. And yes, in the last video we had a discussion about what are the various steps which is being taken by your Himachal government. So continuing that, in this particular session we will be taking the special initiative which is being taken for the persons who are living with the disability, especially in the Himachal Pradesh. So the first, that is your state sponsored scheme in elementary education. Fine. So this is the scheme which is being launched by your Himachal Pradesh, under which the free education hai, that will be provided for the specially abled persons at a secondary stage. And yes, under this 12 model schools that have been already established in all the districts, and around 2074 children with the special need have been enrolled in the government school during the year 2019. So yes, under the scheme they are providing a free education. Fine. So specially abled person hai, and iske liye 12 model school jo hai, they had already established. And yes, one next more scheme, that is Indira Gandhi National Special Abled Pension. So yes, above the year of 18 to 79 years, and yes, जहाँ पे 80% of the special ability is there and they belong to the if BPL family, तो उनको जो है एक special इनको क्या है pension दी जाएगी, that is around rupees 1500 per month. Important. Next is your special ability relief allowances. Yes, the person who are living with 40% of the special ability और उनकी earning अगर 35,000 per annum से कम है, या those which is having a special ability above 70%, they will be giving 1,000 and 1,500 per month. So yes, whenever you are writing any answer, if you are quoting the example of the specific scheme of the recent or in the past, which is specially targeting these people, fine. So that is important because that will be a like a what marks fetching also. So yes, आपकी अगर if it is something is mentioned in your budget or any particular scheme in the current affair and you are quoting that particular scheme, so that means that will be a like adding a cherry in the cake. Fine. So this is very important. Next initiative, that is your specially abled scholarship. So yes, to all the categories, जितने भी आपकी categories के children हैं, fine, और जहाँ पे they are having a special ability of 40% की है, तो उनको scholarship दी जाएगी from 625 rupees से लेके 750 per month they will be provided. Fine. Along with this, the special ability rehabilitation center. So yes, आपके दो specially ability rehabilitation center जो हैं, they are being run at DRDA हमीरपुर and yes, Indian Red Cross Society at धर्मशाला. So yes, आपके एक dedicated जो है आपके rehabilitation center जो हैं, they are already in existence. Fine. So this is about the step which is being taken by your Himachal government. And yes, let's see, जब हिमाचल गवर्नमेंट ने इतने steps लिए हैं, so there are the certain example or the initiative which is being taken for the disabled in India also. So India के level पे क्या क्या है? First, Access India campaign. So yes, first is your एक national wide flagship program campaign for achieving the universal accessibility to gain the access to equal opportunity and live independently and participate in an inclusive society. So yes, आपका ये जो access to India campaign है, that is being launched. Fine. So ये जो आपका this is a national wide campaign है जहाँ पे they are just trying to achieve the universal accessibility, that is your equal opportunity की बात करता है, so that every person जो है who belong to this strata of the society, they are able to live very independently. Next is your Deen Dayal Disabled Rehabilitation Scheme. So yes, यहाँ पे financial assistance जो होगी that will be provided to the NGOs. Yes, you know that these NGOs, they are providing a various kind of services. Fine. तो उनके लिए क्या है, गवर्नमेंट जो है प्रोवाइड कर रही है various type of financial assistance. Next is your assistant to the disabled person for the purchase. So yes, यहाँ पे क्या है, it aims to helping the disabled person by bringing the suitable, durable and scientifically manufactured modern standard aids and appliances within their reach. So that means यहाँ पे क्या है, उनको जितने भी modern standard aids हैं and appliances हैं, that will be provided to them at a very affordable prices. Fine. So these are the steps which is being taken by your India. Fine. So these are the certain initiative. And last initiative is your national fellowship for the student with disability. So yes, ताकि क्या है, most of the people they are able to pursue, fine, they are able to pursue the higher education. तो यहाँ पे क्या है, हर साल around 200 fellowship जो है they are being granted to the student with disability, so that not only they are providing, fine, जैसे हमने देखा हिमाचल गवर्नमेंट में they are not providing the free education, but yes, at the national level also, if somebody want to pursue the higher education, yes, there are the certain type of the scholarship which is being provided, and these are national fellowship for the student with disability. Fine. So these are the initiative which is being taken by. So now question arise hota hai, if the government is doing a best, fine, they are providing, there are a lot of schemes are there, fine, so what is the lacunas, what are the issues, what are the challenges ki still we are not able to develop an inclusive society. So yes, what are the issues? First is your related to your health. Fine. So first is your health. Health related क्या है? What exactly it is telling you? A number of the disabilities are preventable. Fine. So that means कि आपका most of the disability the person is suffering, they are preventable. Fine. But because of the health sector, especially जो आपका rural India में है, and yes, in the Himachal Pradesh context also, वहाँ पे क्या है, they are failed to act proactively. That means they remain complacent, and yes, with the passage of time, जो problem है, that turned into a monster. Fine. So that means this is very important. When the disability is in a very budding state, that need to be amputated. Fine. So this is कि इसको preventable है, तो जब आपकी start हो रही है तभी उस चीज़ को क्या है, finish किया जाए. Then further, there is a lack of the affordable, again problem, access to the proper healthcare, aid and appliances. Fine. Affordability is another issue when it comes to the health issue. Along with this, there are various type of the healthcare facilities, and yes, most of the people who are providing the healthcare facilities वो poorly trained हैं. फाइन. तो रिहेबिलिटेशन सेंटर में जो है दैट इज अनदर कंसर्न. फाइन. जो हेल्थ सेक्टर में उसमें भी क्या है, बहुत सी आपकी क्या है, लैक्यूनाज हैं विच आर नीड टू बी प्लग्ड इन. ओके. नेक्स्ट इज योर एजुकेशन. फाइन. सो आपका एजुकेशन में क्या क्या चीजें हैं. फर्स्ट, व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट एजुकेशन, दिस इज नॉट इंक्लूसिव. फाइन. तो दिस इज अ मेजर चैलेंज, एंड येस, जो अवेलेबिलिटी है स्पेशली स्पेशल स्कूल्स की, then access to the school, then trained teachers, fine, and availability of the educational material for the disabled, that is another concern. Fine. So that means जब हम targeted approach की बात करते हैं, जब हम बात करते हैं the actually serving the need of the society, fine, to actually जिनकी requirement है which varies from person to person, fine, so that is the main concern. यहाँ पे क्या है, उनके type के क्या है, there is a special ability schools जो है they are not available. Along with this, availability of the education material is also another concern. Along with this, जो reservation की बात करते हैं for the disabled in the higher education institution, that has not been fulfilled in the many instances. That means there are lot of benefits is being provided, but only in the theoretical terms. When it comes to the ground reality, they are not able to take the fruit of that benefit. Next is your employment. Yes, they are having a very lower employment rate as compared to the general population, and yes, when we compare your private and public sector, तो प्राइवेट सेक्टर में और भी चीज़ें क्या है, बहुत वर्स हैं. सो दैट मीन्स कि ये सिचुएशन जो है दैट इज मोर वर्स कैन बी सीन इन द प्राइवेट सेक्टर. फाइन. नेक्स्ट थिंग, that is your accessibility. So yes, next is your accessibility. The physical accessibility in the building, transportation, access to the service is still remain a major challenge. So yes, आपका if you compare, fine, whatever the issues we are discussing right now, that is applicable to the Himachal Pradesh context also. Fine. तो जब हम accessibility की बात करते हैं, yes, आपका हिमाचल जो है बिकॉज ऑफ द वेरी टफ जोग्राफिकल टेरेन, तो यहाँ पे क्या है, जो इंटीरियर एरियाज ऑफ द हिमाचल प्रदेश हैं, जो अपर हिमाचल प्रदेश हैं, वहाँ पे एक्सेसिबिलिटी इज ऑल्सो मेजर कंसर्न. Getting? That means there is a lack of the physical accessibility in the building, then transportation and various other services. Next is your social exclusion or discrimination. So yes, there is an inadequate data and statistic. There is a poor implementation of the policies and schemes. So that means what are the policies that need to be implemented in a stringent manner. Fine. So there is a lack of implementation and that is another concern. Next, जब आप आंसर लिख रहे हैं, fine, you have to write down its way forward also, conclusion लिखना पड़ेगा. That means what can be done. So yes, first thing is your prevention. That means yes, we have already seen whatever the disability that need to be prevented. Fine. So prevention healthcare program जो है that need to be strengthened. Fine. And yes, यहाँ पे जो है आपका Kerala has already started this early preventive program. So yes, जो cross learning है, fine, one state is learning the good things from the other, that needs to be what? Copied, that needs to be mimicked. Next is your awareness. Yes, what can be done? That is your awareness. Awareness campaign, success story जो है of the persons who are living with the disability that need to be showcased. Fine, whatever the success stories हैं that need to be showcased in order to develop a what? एक पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड अमंग द पीपल. एंड येस, जो बाकी जनरल पॉपुलेशन है उसमें एक सेंस ऑफ एक्सेप्टेंस हो. फाइन. सो येस, फाइन. सो दिस इज द अवेयरनेस जो है दैट इज नीड टू बी डन. नेक्स्ट इज योर एम्प्लॉयमेंट. फाइन. सो एम्प्लॉयमेंट में क्या है? दैट इज योर जो आपके स्पेशली disabled adults हैं that need to be empowered with the employable skills. That means उनको skill India की जब हम बात करते हैं तो disabled person must be included. And yes, private sector जहाँ पे हमने देखा था कि number जो है disabled person के that is very very less, that need to be what? That need to be encouraged so that such people जो हैं that get the entry into the private sector. And next is your education. So yes, what exactly it is telling you? There is a need कि स्टेट वाइज स्ट्रैटेजीज जो है दैट नीड टू बी रिवाइज्ड. फाइन. ऐसा नहीं है कि व्हाट इज सूटेड एक जर्नल नहीं होना चाहिए. फाइन. वट एवर सूटेड टू द स्पेसिफिक कंडीशंस दैट मस्ट बी एप्लीकेबल. फाइन. तो स्टेट वाइज जो है स्ट्रैटेजीज जो है दैट नीड टू बी डिवाइज्ड. नेक्स्ट, प्रॉपर टीचर की ट्रेनिंग होनी चाहिए सो दैट दे आर एबल टू एड्रेस द नीड ऑफ डिफरेंटली एबल्ड चिल्ड्रन. अलॉन्ग विद दिस देयर मस्ट बी अ स्पेशल स्कूल होने चाहिए एंड दैट इंश्योर कि एजुकेशन मटेरियल भी जो हो वो उनके अकॉर्डिंगली हो. फाइन. सो दीज आर द सर्टेन थिंग्स जो एजुकेशन एरिया में है दैट नीड्स टू बी डन. नेक्स्ट इज योर द सेफ्टी मेजर्स. सो यस, रोड सेफ्टी इन द रेजिडेंशियल एरिया, देन पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट सिस्टम, दे आर नीड टू बी टेकन अप. फाइन. सो दिस इज द थिंग. नेक्स्ट इज योर how these all can be provided. So there must be a budgetary allocation. So that means एक आपका डेडिकेटेड आपका बजट का जो है वो पार्ट must be contributed for the welfare of the disabled. And yes, there must be a proper implementation of the scheme जो है that must be ensured. And yes, उसको ensure कैसे किया जा सकता है? So yes, आपके PRIs, that is your पंचायत राज institution and urban local bodies, they need a participation. Fine. So that means जब भी हमने implementation करना है state policy का, fine, by addressing the local issue level. And yes, they take up the sustainable programs, fine, and that need to be taken in an integrated with the village and district plans. Fine. So that means जो आपकी PRIs हैं और ULVs हैं जो ground level पे आपकी implementation करते हैं that need to be strengthened. Fine. So these are the just about your issues. क्या क्या challenges हैं? Fine. जो issues हैं उन्हीं को plug in करना है. Fine. So whenever you are writing any answer, fine, starting with the what? इंडिया, what are the national and international level पे क्या issues थे. Then we had seen कि इंडिया ने क्या क्या steps being taken. Then comes to your हिमाचल प्रदेश ने और इंडिया का हमने डाटा कंपेयर किया. Then we had seen why there is a need for the state policy. Fine. तो उसके लिए क्या है? What are the steps which is being taken by your हिमाचल government. Then हमने उसके बारे में different schemes देखी. What are the issues and challenges both at the Indian level and at the Himachal Pradesh level. And yes, what is the way forward? Fine. So that means this is the structure which you need to replicate in your answer. Fine. So wherever you are writing, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि it is completely inclined towards at the national level or exclusively towards the Himachal. It must be the amalgamation or the mix up of whole so that एक आपका 360 degree पे holistic picture regarding that particular topic जो है वो चीज़ हो. Fine. So that means we had already covered your GS2, fine, paper 2, fine, जहाँ पे हमने सब यूनिट exclusively we are targeting your Himachal Pradesh related your mains syllabus. Fine. So this is, we are already covered. So stay tuned and connecting. That's all for today's session. Thank you.